A very good show for me tonight. A man who is an American treasure, despite the fact that he is actually a Canadian treasure.
Huples Kittens
is here with us tonight.
Meow! Huples Cat. It's a time travel edition of Thursday Fun. First off, we're going to travel to 2020 to find out what Ontario's Premier, Doug Ford, is actually focusing on right now.
We do a lot. I got to tell you about the girls. They're big into baking. My one daughter has a little online cookie company to keep herself busy, but they're big into baking. And what I heard, and I've heard it from many people, is about flour and yeast. There's a problem, so I'm setting up a meeting with their Minister of Agriculture to make sure, as people are home, people are going to do a lot of baking, and as they're baking, they're going to need the supply. So it's critical. The three top areas are yeast, flour, and sure enough, the old toilet paper again. But we're going to make sure that we have those on the shelves. It's so important. But and the supply chain as a whole is so important. So it's critical that we continue with the supply chain and have the proper items on the shelves there.
Next question.
And by the way, before I jump, I make the best cherry cheesecake ever. I do it from scratch. No recipe. I got it down pat. And again, you can tell I've eaten one too many cheesecakes. That's my problem.
Hi everyone. Today we're going to make the famous Premier's cheesecake. I'm going to put about 3 packs of Dream Whip in each one of these containers. You know, I learned this recipe years ago off my mother when I was 10 years old, and I just had it kind of memorized. And she made such an awesome cheesecake, and she learned the recipe off her sister, my aunt Wendy. So half a cup of milk, and I put 3 in there, so that's going to be 1.5 cups. Okay. Now what we're going to do, the cream cheese, we're going to put it on a plate. Now I'm just going to put this in the microwave for a minute. And then what I'm going to do, we'll make the base, the graham cracker base, delicious. Put a little butter, put a little graham cracker, a little bit of sugar. Oh, beautiful. Preheating the oven to about 100 degrees, 180 degrees I should say Celsius. Put it right in here. Let's cut this some sugar and give this a little zapper, and we're ready to roll. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. Okay, we're going to bring this over here, and then we're going to dump it right into the pan. Now we're going to put it in the oven. So just nice little brown crust. Let's let this cool down for a little bit. And we're just going to pour this on top of the cheesecake. And then we're going to let it cool. We're going to put it in the fridge and leave it there for about an hour. I'm going to pour this on, but if you don't like cherries, eat blueberries. If I wasn't Premier, I'd open up a cheesecake factory. That, my friends, is the Premier's Cheesecake. Friends, stay safe, stay healthy, and these are some of the fun things you can do when you're self-isolating. Oh. I haven't had one of these in years. I haven't made one in years. Well, I'll tell you, I haven't lost the touch.
Well, that's absolutely healthy there, Doug. What used to happen when your brother Rob used to hear rumours that you were making the cheesecake?
Yes, I have smoked crack cocaine. Do I? Am I an addict? No.
When
have I tried it? Probably in one of my drunken stupors. Olivia Gondak, it says that I wanted to eat her pussy. Olivia Gondak. I've never said that in my life to her. I would never do that. I'm happily married. I've got more than enough to eat at home.
Did you ask us to
Watch out, ready? Watch out, ready? Go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Good job, Mike! Good job, buddy! Mayor Ford, why are you running? Why are you running, Mayor Ford? Mayor Ford, why don't you have the courage to answer questions?
Of course, the Ford brothers were justifiably famous about 7 or 8 years ago when the late Rob Ford was the mayor of the city of Toronto. And they actually did a weigh-in on a regular basis for a while until they stopped doing it because I think Rob wasn't losing weight.
I think I'm plateauing a little bit here. No idea the amount of pressure. Monday morning to get in here. Okay, here we go.
Holy, man.
Rob, just step aside for a sec, Rob. Thanks.
Yeah.
Just short of 260.
Yeah, just short.
I call it about just under 260. 259
okay.
3/4.
Yeah, okay. So
down
that's
what?
was
Down
that
6.
275? Let's say
Almost
15,
seven.
yeah, 15 pounds, somewhere.
Hey, Dougie.
Last week, how much was from last week?
6.5.
6.5 down. Good.
That's a rough week, guys. I worked on back up this week. I just thought, I don't know what's going on. Go ahead. Yeah, 320. This is good. 320, that's good.
315.
Yeah, 14. 314, so 6 pounds each.
314.
314.
So down 6.5 and down 6.
Yeah.
Woo! Congratulations.
That was a tough haul, folks, I'll tell you. It's getting
Now, an advert from my new sponsor.
Introducing Macintosh. It does all the things you'd expect a business computer to do. It does a lot of things you wouldn't expect a business computer to do. And it does some things no other business computer has ever done before. Of course, to do all of this, you will have to learn to do this. Macintosh. The computer for the rest of us.
Adrian Quihuis has been on Venice Beach in California. He went back to 1984, I think, on a special mission from the time police. But if you watch this closely, see if you can spot the moment in time where Adrian forgets that he's actually in 1984 and thinks he's in 2020. Why none of us did that, I don't know. We didn't, did we, with the old camcorders? Make a selfie with it. It shows that technology leads and actually could be applied differently. However, one of the interesting things, I think, is talking about the time and time repeating on an endless loop, is that this young fella, at the age of 53, is coming back. He's a vegan now, so ears should be safe.
That's Mike Tyson now, with a gray beard.
Now a montage of 3 songs, proving that Homo Sapiens, some of us, are absolutely terrible at making music.
I walk down lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's up to me, and I walk alone. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines, in the pines.
The development of Macintosh by Apple has been paralleled by the work of leading software developers.
It's a great machine. It's a step forward in terms of the way it uses graphics and the speed, and this is a machine that a lot of people are going to be able to afford. That's a very, very useful machine. I was enthused. Microsoft doesn't work with new hardware very often, but we put a team of people on it from the beginning, and we're planning that over half of our retail sales next year will come from Macintosh software.
At the back of Macintosh, you'll find 2 built-in ports for connecting a printer, a modem, or to AppleBus, Apple's own local area network, as well as a dedicated port for an external disk drive. The image writer printer from Apple is specially designed for Macintosh. By plugging a modem into your Macintosh, you can communicate by telephone with electronic databases and news services. You can also emulate DEC VT100 and IBM 3278 terminals. You can expand the storage capacity of your Macintosh with an external disk drive, just like the one we built in. And if you work with lots of numbers, you'll appreciate the optional numeric keypad.
Also back in time, back to the early 80s, they used a supercomputer back then to actually figure out when Homo sapiens would become extinct.
This is called the Z curve, and it represents pollution. Now, predictably enough, as the population increases up to 1980, pollution increases. There's more rubbish. But from 1980 to the year 2020, pollution really takes off. This is assuming, of course, that we don't do anything about it. So the year 2020, the condition of the planet starts to become highly critical. And if we don't do anything about it, this is what's going to happen. The quality of life is going to go right back to practically zero. Pollution is going to become so serious, right out here, that it will start to kill people. So the population will diminish. Right back here, less than it was in the year 1900. And at this stage, around about the year 2040, 2050, civilized life as we know it on this planet will cease to exist.
Starts 2020. Pretty accurate. However, let's go and ask a bunch of ordinary Americans what they think about if we should actually try to save Homo sapiens.
It's a big hot button issue right now in the environmental community. Are the Homo sapiens worth saving? What's your take?
Yes.
Why is that?
Just because there's a lot of animals that are extinct now that were amazing back in the day, but like dinosaurs, they extinct, and someday we can look back and be like, oh, we didn't save them, the Homo sapiens, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't save them, so like maybe they could be like the next dinosaur. Because the dinosaurs hunted, they killed each other and other creatures, so.
So you're saying let's not let the Homo sapiens become like the dinosaurs?
Kinda.
We have to find a way to live with the Homo sapiens in a way where we don't, they don't affect us, we won't affect them, kind of like in a separation type of way.
I don't know what a Homo sapien is. If they're going extinct, that's very sad, but at the end of the day, I don't care.
It's not the fact that I don't like Homo sapiens, it's just that we've always lived without him, so we don't know anything at all.
What would you be willing to give up to save the Homo sapiens?
Great question.
Thank you.
I think you just give with your heart, you give what you feel.
Would you do $100 a month?
I would say probably 50.
Have you ever seen a Homo sapien?
You don't want to know. Yeah, I saw one once at the zoo.
Describe it.
Furry.
Yep.
Big. Gorilla looking. He was picking his whatchadilly.
He was?
Yeah.
I've never seen one do that.
Well, I did.
Is it worth saving them with our taxpayer dollars?
No, because we can use it better somewhere else than Homo sapiens. Like, basically better our railroads, or the streets, or the communities and the homeless shelters. Much better than Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens. Let them die. Save the humans.
And now another quick word from our sponsor.
And when you're ready to travel, Macintosh can easily go along. The durable carrying case is strong and waterproof. Your Macintosh, keyboard, mouse, manuals, and software all fit neatly inside. Even fully loaded, the carrying case is light enough to go anywhere you go. The real real genius of Macintosh, the world's newest personal computer, isn't its 32-bit microprocessor or its Lisa technology, or that it captures the power of a mainframe on a board 10 by 10 inches, or even that it costs half as much as computers half as powerful. The real genius of Macintosh is that you don't have to be a genius to use it. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
Harshman Hills is a very creative channel, and I do recommend him heartily to watch as a regular channel. But he decided to make his own flamethrower, if you like, an ersatz prepper version of Elon Musk. Anyway, it all went terribly, terribly wrong, but Harshman Hills actually had the presence of mind to film the aftermath, and it's quite fun. Full marks there, Harshman Hills, for not getting upset and actually sticking to the plot and making sure the video came in as advertised.
Alright, first things first. Do not do what I'm doing. I take no responsibility if you are dumb enough to do something and hurt yourself. This is just me. This is just educational. Don't do it. Take no responsibility. Second, if you're stupid enough to do anything, make sure you have fire extinguishers around. Now, as I said, this is 1.0. 2.0 will have a actual somehow to actually do the keep the flame already there. All right, here goes nothing.
Stuff on the outside above the door here starting to catch up. Call that looks right. Yeah.
So they're all done now. They added some more power and bags to it. I'll let it burn down now. Thing without the snap.
Heat. It was fine. I just checked the camera about a minute ago, and just like that, it got way too hot for comfort.
Just a little politics segment. Joe Biden's absolutely storming around and doing an incredible job whilst in isolation using advanced technology. One of the things I know the Biden campaign's working on is a robot version of Joe Biden, so they can avoid things like this.
The pandemic is that the president has no intercourse whatsoever with the rest of the world on dealing with these things. We led, like Barack Obama led in the pandemic that occurred when we were in office. It was kept in Africa. We organized the world. We put things together.
Also going back in time, do you remember the Me Too movement? That was like a year ago. Anyway, it's all over now because they accused Joe Biden of being naughty, very naughty with his fingers. Anyway, this is what Joe has to say about that, and I agree with you, Joe. Don't vote for Joe Biden in 2020.
What do you say to women who were ready to vote for Joe Biden, eager to vote for Joe Biden, but this gives them serious pause because they do believe Tara Reade, and you're not going to change their mind about that? What would you say to them about their vote?
Well, I think they should vote their heart, and if they believe Tara Reade, they probably shouldn't vote for me. I wouldn't vote for me if I believed Tara Reade. The fact is that, look at Tara Reade's story. It changes considerably. And so, but I don't want to question her motive. I don't want to question anything other than to say the truth matters.
Kitty's now finally got her hair scissor cutting kit from Guangdong province via the post. It only took about 7 weeks. And she's actually going to cut my hair tomorrow. I don't know why. It doesn't really need cutting, does it? Anyway, she says, don't worry, I've been watching videos on how to do it. So I actually found the videos that she's been using to train for this, and it's not filling me full of confidence. Rest assured, I will be videoing the hair cutting process for you guys to enjoy. I'm not really keen on it. I keep saying just take a tiny bit, and she's saying, no, I'm confident. Anyway, I think confidence always comes before a fall.
Chris Hemsworth caliber head of hair there.
You're gonna set me up, Jim?
That one seems to fit pretty good. Here, hold on. Gotta get this combed in down.
Yes, you definitely got to.
When was the last time you washed that stuff, man?
Never.
Don't worry. I'm gonna shampoo you, everything. It's gonna be beautiful.
Now you got Chewbacca out there.
Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go.
Where are you from, Colby?
Huntington Beach.
Oh, and did you have any idea this would be on tap for today? Oh, look at that.
No, it wasn't really in my plans. But
it wasn't.
Now, keep in mind, Jimmy,
yes.
While I'm doing this cut, I'm going to have to resist the impulse to turn the scissors on myself. Or to go like this and stick them into my eyes.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Please
or to cut that little tendon out of my tongue.
No, that's an important tendon.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, there you go.
I think we're on the way here.
And that is...
All right.
That's what they
nice.
call
That's
classic.
beautiful.
All right.
All right.
So
you want
Jim,
some of this? Here you go, buddy. There you go.
Jim, you get to work on that.
Show.
We'll check back in with Jim and Colby in a minute. All right, and keep going. I don't think we haven't.
It's beautiful. Now let me whack your tooth out. Deanna.
Oh boy, well that's Jim Carrey. He's your stylist today.
It's completely sexless, the Lloyd thing. Okay, so
Deanna, you sure? All right.
You're gonna do a good job.
At this point, I think I know what I'm doing pretty much. So I'm gonna eyeball this one.
Yes, eyeball it.
I'm gonna eyeball this one. Yep.
Give her a real good one, Jim.
Okay. All right.
Oh my. All right, that's a good start. All right, Jim, we'll work on that.
I feel more comfortable with the pool.
And we'll check back in a moment. That's... Wow!
See?
That is unexpected.
Yes. It symbolizes the control I have over the mind of my fans.
Just to play us out, some more of the world's worst cover bands. And take it easy, have a great weekend. There's a lot of exciting things coming up. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, upload your Cheers Challenge video. Show us the world drinking your favourite beverage, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Tell us why. Tell us a little bit about what's going on and how you're enjoying life and what you're doing without mentioning the pandemic or politics. Unless you're the Cringe channel. The Cringe channel, absolutely, you can mention politics. Toodles.
Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams.
This was a Bad Terrier 2020 production.